I have one more question. Is there a lot of gossip in the industry?
Suprabhat Kem Chotame. This is good morning, how are you? In Gujarati, which is one of the Indian languages. I actually wanted to also do it in Punjabi, but I didn't really know how to understand the alphabet. So if any of you can help me, that would be quite useful. Good morning, everybody. Hope you are all wonderful, or good afternoon when you're watching this. It's almost 10 o'clock now. I'm leaving the house now. We have a lot of things to do. I just have to get dressed because I'm very casual. And I had my makeup done, and I'll take you with me. Last night I've shown you that I've done a little bit of organization. I've changed kind of stuff about here. The jeans are now, all of my jeans are here. That's all I have from jeans. These are my more casual sweaters for home and stuff like that. Some of like thinner sweaters. This drawer I placed some of the knits that are nicer but can be rolled in, like my Kate tops. So we have on the left hand side kind of whiter and creamier knits. On the top right side we have the colorful ones, not so many, and then on the right bottom side we have the darker ones and the more deeper tones. So that's kind of organized, but I still have stuff over here to take care of because it's mainly like new stuff, and truth be told, I don't even have enough hangers. I have a lot of space here, a lot of space here, so this can all be condensed and nicely organized, but I'll work on that. For now, I need to understand what am I gonna wear. Okay, I got dressed in this chaos and I'm actually wearing a very thin top underneath. This one is from the Attire Studio. It's Ksenia's brand. I love it. It's really comfortable. It's very cute, flattering, goes close to body. Then I got my Subi jeans, which I think are, you know, I was speaking about them yesterday. I found them as I was tidying, basically. Love them. I have on my feet the cowboy boots, actually, but these are not the Bottega. I've been wearing Bottega ones a lot, so I decided to put on the Dior ones from last Christmas, my Dior Bobby bag that I love so much, and the massive Max Mara teddy, which is super warm. I realized I never showed you yesterday what Evelyn brought me, my friend Evelyn who you met. It's a Giambattista Valli sweater. I love it. I think this is so cute and I can't wait to wear it. I actually wanted to wear it today, but I think I will wait for it. And I cannot really wait. I love it. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Thank you, Giambattista. It actually came with a very nice handwritten note from the man himself. Love, love, love the old-fashioned notes. You know when they have like a headed paper like this? Technically, it's not even that cold. 7 degrees, it says. But it's cold wind. Like, it's really, really, like I had to tuck it in all around here because I was like, oh my god, it's way too cold. What does it say? Okay, feels like 5. Still, 5 is not cold, and I'm not someone that gets cold easily, but I feel like all around here I'm freezing. Finished my appointment here at Trocadero, and I thought I'd show you the Eiffel Tower on a beautiful sunny day. Randomly ran into this shop. I don't know what it is, but I love it. I'm literally not allowed to bring any more sweets at home. We have so many. But I love this shop, and it smells so chocolatey. You guys cannot even imagine. It's called Roy Chocolatier. Today would have been a very good day to bring my Max Mara gloves, you know, the very fluffy ones that I have. But of course I didn't think of that. I didn't even bring my Uniqlo gloves. So my hands are freezing, but I'm sticking them inside of the coat, trying. I'm walking, so maybe I'll warm up as I'm walking. I need to do some Christmas things. Honestly, I haven't really been doing well with anything for Christmas, but I can still make it. I love seeing this. It reminds me of a little bit of normalcy, like that there are people inside of salons getting their nails done and stuff, and you know, I know there's always like two sides of the medal, but honestly I like seeing some things coming back to semi-normal. That gives me a little bit of hope for 2021. I got home, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel so cold, freezing. Like, even though it's not at all freezing at home, like the heating is on, everything's fine. I think it's because before my appointment, I was outside for like 15 minutes freezing, and then I was walking home and I feel like my hands are still cold. I am so happy with this. This has just become amazing, like this so Christmassy. So tablecloth is gonna have to be washed very soon. So I just want to put it like this now as a little, you know, to see how it's gonna be like. I got back home in the same outfit, right, that you could have seen before, and then I put this Giambattista Valli sweater because I love it, the one that I got from Evelyn yesterday, but I was so cold and this came in super, super handy, so very nice. Let's put the Christmas tree on. There we go, much nicer. And I wanted to tell you that I received something in post today, so I wanted to open it together with you guys, which I think will be exciting. The box is here. I received a package from Luxury Promise. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Luxury Promise. They're a really, really incredible consignment store where you can kind of find anything and everything you might dream of. It's no secret how much I love hunting certain pieces. Sometimes those pieces are sold out or you cannot find them. And I actually met Sabrina, who is the owner of Luxury Promise, last week. So I was speaking to her and she was explaining to me that actually this is how Luxury Promise was founded. She basically had massive love for luxury and for specific pieces that were hard to find, such as Hermes bags, for example. And then she started Luxury Promise with one wish to make sure that everyone can have that special item that they're dreaming of. So I cannot wait to show you what's in here. Let's open it carefully because, you know, we don't do an Hermes unboxing here every day, do we? But it's always a very special day when it is. I would really suggest you check out Luxury Promise and Sabrina because I was so impressed with her. I have heard about the brand before because I have seen that Claire Chanel has spoken about Luxury Promise before. Oh my god. Oh, no way. This is like wrapped better than any of my Christmas gifts. It's a message from Sabrina saying, so glad that you get to share this journey with us and we look forward to growing with you. And honestly, for me, this is the best part of what I do. I don't really know where to start from, but let's start from here. I'll put it in front of you guys so you can see it better. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I have been wanting this for so long and I know it's in there. What I also love, you know, sometimes you can't find everything exactly that you want. Sometimes it's a matter of, you know, you wanting someone to source it out for you. Sometimes it's that, you know, the fact that buying pre-loved is much more sustainable. Guys, are you ready? I have got here my Mosaic Platinum coffee set. My morning coffee just got like a completely different meaning. This is now so amazing. And here is my little mosaic collection now. Now I would love to have a tray, like a big tray that I can put this on. And I would like to have a little milk. There's like a little milk jar for these. It also comes in gold, which is also beautiful. I mean, of course, no question about that. And I have one more thing to unbox. Every night I watch The Crown on this sofa, and since the sofa is white, we have a little beautiful cashmere blanket for here. However, it started leaving like a trace, kind of like the little hairs. So then I took my Hermes blanket, which is for the bedroom. So every night I come here, I lie, I put it on, I get cold, and then I say to my boyfriend, copertina, copertina, and then he like brings the blanket because I get so cold. So I was really thinking I need a blanket for this place, but the colors that I want are not available online where I wanted to get them, and I was thinking, okay, like I couldn't find them, and then Sabrina told me that Luxury Promise has even the most exclusive colors. The color that I thought would perfectly match this room is this kind of like a black and white, and oh my god, this is even prettier than I thought, like even prettier. So I was in between this color and the color chamomile, which she also has, but then I realized that This is what I really need for this room because gray is not for this room. So gray is for the bedroom. But now I'm gonna tidy everything up. I'm so excited. Like, you know, when you get new stuff for home and then you're so excited to make it beautiful. Honestly, I'm so grateful to you, Sabrina. Thank you, Luxury Promise, for these beautiful gifts. This is not sponsored. This comes from my heart. You guys know I'm loving the crown, right? This is no secret. I just said it like a million times. And watch the funniest little thing. Wait, let me get rid of this box. I have so many boxes to sort out later. So they were talking about accents and specifically about the royal accent, which is very, very... I don't know if you guys have watched The Crown, but the royal accent is something else. I'm still trying to understand why they say things like issue, like issue. Why do they say issues? Can someone explain that to me? And I just watched, so the Prince Charles and the Lady Diana, they have like their like corresponding actors. They were doing an interview and the lady interviewing them asked how did they get the royal accent down, and they said, if you imagine the Queen when she says the word is, right, like is, and then someone asks you a question, yes or no question, you say yes like yes, like ears, but it's like yes. I have never been a fan of the royal family, like to that extent. I mean, I know royal family, I admire the history, but I'm not like someone to have a tea towel at home, right, or a cup. When Kate Middleton and Prince Williams were getting married, I remember I had a job. I worked in Hollister, and they asked us if we want to work on the day because it was a bank holiday for double the wage, and I said, yep, I would work for double the wage. I don't need to stay at home. What I'm trying to say is, like, I love the crown, I love the royal accents, and I think Lady Diana's voice and mannerism is so captivating. I'm someone who picks the accents though, so all I need like is a day in the room with the people and I pick up accents, which is why currently my accent is whatever I'm surrounded with at the moment. So it gets like to be a German and Spanish and Italian some days, but sometimes it's Nigerian when I speak to my Nigerian friends, so like I cannot help it, you know. Let's do this. 21. God, I'm not a super fan of the calendula kills stuff. Over here, number 21 is here. Ooh, perfect gold. This looks really fancy. And oh my god, I think this one is the winner. It's actually the cutest one of all. A little snowman. Very happy because I'm managing to tidy quite a lot. And for me, I think like this bedroom is one of my favorite parts of this apartment. When we moved in, or when we were apartment viewing, this was actually the second apartment that we came to see, or third, I can't remember, but we didn't see very many and I immediately fell in love with it. When I came to see it, I loved that the bedroom was kind of bigger size, because if you remember the previous place, like, I mean, it was still very nice, but there were 3 bedrooms, but they were smaller, and I loved that this room had more space, so that on days off, which I plan to have after the Christmas, I want to really like enjoy the duvet days, as we used to call them at university. What I think I have never shown you, or maybe I have shown you once or twice, is this wardrobe here. It's filled with my home clothing, so I don't keep this stuff in the other wardrobe. I don't know why the Alberta Ferretinit is there, but it's mainly my tracksuits, so you will see like my Pangaya tracksuits. You guys always ask me this about Pangaya. Small or extra small, heavyweight, lightweight, it really depends. I'm generally extra small, but also have some smalls, and it doesn't really matter. I think the first lot that I ever bought was in small, like this. And then later on I bought extra small, and not the extra small. I like both lightweight and heavyweight, just depends if for summer or winter. So my kind of like cashmere sets are here, like, you know, remember this one from the last year's Vlogmas, then the Chilling Fox from Kitsune that I received, my off-white tracksuits, more Pangaya and stuff like that. And up here I have some of the summer clothing that I didn't want to ship back home, because, you know, you never know if if the world will change tomorrow and I'm like, let's go to the beach. I tidied this a little bit. Some of my boyfriend's clothes is tidied, but he needs to put it wherever he wants. I was telling you earlier that I would love to get new bedside tables. In the hallway, which is kind of leading to the living room, I need to do the recycling, because we have a lot of recycling to do of the boxes, and truth be told, it's a massive job. And then after that is done, I just have a few more things to do in my wardrobe room, which is looking fine. You know, there are no more boxes here. I want to clean this mirror over here so that it's all better. Oh my god, I realized, like, when I'm in these clothes, like looking like this, I either look very 90s, you know, like with the kind of crop top with the baggy thing, or everything baggy. I just look like 20 like I have 20 kilos more than I have. Sorry. So this is kind of tidied. Need to understand where I'm gonna put all of this, and then I'm able to kind of start thinking about my Christmas break. Also tonight we are heading to Xenia to see Xenia. I actually am thinking of answering some questions together with Xenia, so I'm gonna go now and ask you guys on stories to ask me what you want to know. I tidied now pretty much everything. Well, everything that I can see. Right now, I'm all dressed up. We're going to Xenia and Jürgen's house for dinner. I'm gonna put on the same boots that I was wearing this morning. The only thing that I haven't tidied is this. My boyfriend said leave it, I'll do it. This is the look. I'm so excited to be playing with Rue, Xenia's dog. I cannot tell you how much I love that dog. Like, this is crazy. Well, hello you guys. We made it to Xenia's. I have changed it. Well, you've seen it, I think. I love her kitchen, by the way. You will probably see it very soon on her YouTube channel, because... Are you already on, Xenia?
I mean,
how many more days?
I already made a Dropbox with the videos that I filmed, which is a big step.
A big step.
I haven't sent it to my editors yet.
But soon.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very proud of you, because my people said, can you please convince Xenia to start filming?
Well, you did.
It's happening. It's in the process.
It's slow, but it will happen.
I'm curious about this toy. Today you said it was the best thing. What is it?
It's a Kong, and it's the best thing ever because it keeps your puppy really busy.
Because you put the food inside.
Yes, you will see when we have dinner here, then she will be busy eating and we won't...
I love it so much. Look at this little pet. I can't wait for her to be back. No.
Thank you.
When your friend is a really good chef.
I got a little help from my friend Rolf.
I mean, right? So happy. No, literally, but I'm craving Rolf so much and I love it. So I'm very happy to have this. But what is the soup?
I think buttersquash.
This is what we're gonna play now. This is my favorite game ever, and Xenia managed to get it. It's not very easy. It says 4 to 20 players. It's so cool, and actually the more people there are, the funnier it is. We have all the questions here, and happy to announce that Xenia will be starting her own YouTube channel very soon. If there is one already, we will link it. Oh, there is one already. Is the old one the same one, right?
Yeah, it's the one from years ago.
So you guys can follow her as well, subscribe and all of that stuff. And now, don't peek. Okay, what is your favorite thing to do together? I know, for me is book shopping.
Yeah, good one.
Love that.
I love book shopping, but I love being in the park and having coffee.
Same.
And just chilling in the
random
sun.
things that happen, like with no kind of planning.
And I also love our pizza night.
Same.
Where we just stuff ourselves with melted cheese and lots of carbs.
And tamarisu.
And Tamara.
Also love restaurants. Do you remember those things?
I barely remember, but I
it's
think
hard.
it was a good time.
A lot of people ask, how do you know each other? Where did we meet?
I know the first time I heard of you was when I was in LA. And
someone gossiped about me?
No, you're not that important. No, but Louisa knew you. And yeah, I mean, I only started Instagram, so I had to figure out like who's who, and you were already like a big deal in 2015, and I was like, who is she? And Louisa was like, I want to meet this girl. I'm like, ew. No, just kidding. I wanted to meet you too. And
I remember first time I spoke to you, like I proper spoke to you, was in Dallas, I think. But maybe not. But I remember this one Dallas trip in Texas, which was so long ago. I met Jürgen then as well.
2016.
Was it 2016?
Mm-hmm.
In April it will be 5 years old.
And you know, that was like 1 year after I started, and or like the same year when I started, and I thought when I was in Dallas, I made it.
So when did we do selfies? The like a magazine.
It was
We did a magazine shoot.
2017. No, it was 2016. So it was, Dallas was in April. And
this
Selfies
was in like May, yeah. Well, all I can say is that I remember in Dallas that you had this like a brand new Chanel boy bag.
Yeah, it was my first
I
bag.
super loved it, and like you were rocking it, and I was like, oh my god,
it.
she has this beautiful like Chanel bag. So I don't remember anything else about you except for the Chanel bag.
Of course. How to make an impression on Tamara.
100%.
Wear Chanel.
You know?
I want to pick a question.
Pick a question.
Why don't you explore other parts of Paris? I mean, we do, you know, when restaurants were open, we went to...
Like, different arrondissements, which looked different. Also, like, okay, so for the past month we were in confinement, which you could only leave, how many kilometers around your house? 3 or 1? It was very little, like you could not really explore. Also, like, at the moment there's nothing to explore. What can you explore? Like, you can go to Bastille to do what?
No, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a really bad time.
It's not like you can go somewhere and have a coffee.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I only go to places to have coffee.
Even like a museum, you know, really not a time.
I have one more question. Is there a lot of gossip in the industry?
Yeah, I think there is. I'm being very honest.
I don't know.
But not gossip, like
it's
people...
facts.
It's facts! There is no like people making up stuff, like there is no things like have you heard like who broke up with who or who's dating who. It's not like that.
But honestly, I don't even think it's a lot of gossip.
People
I mean, when I think to like school and like uni days, there was like a lot of gossip.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I studied pharmacy, is very non-interesting, you know?
Maybe it's from where I'm from.
Yeah, maybe.
But like, I think my life is kind of gossip-free, except for a few here bits and theirs. But I think it could be much worse.
I don't think there's a lot of gossip, but one thing that I can admit that we are guilty of is scrutinizing people who lie, you know, on social media.
But that's not gossip.
No, but we scrutinize.
Facts.
That's facts, exactly. But we do talk about, like, for example, if I see someone who talks bad about, like, for example, this, you know, and then they advertise it a week later, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, have you seen this? Because I think that's very bad. And because I am someone, and you as well, we decline so many things and opportunities because we want to stay true to ourselves, that then when I see people who sell themselves, I do like to comment because I feel like I have right to do that.
I get it, but I also wouldn't categorize that as gossip.
Yeah.
It's more like business analyze.
Yeah.
Because of course you like watch what others are doing, and when they're doing this and that, I think it's more judgy, you know?
I agree, exactly, judgmental. So right. Let Xenia comment about your boyfriend. She has some amazing observations. But you know that someone said that, I actually commented on it, like, is he married? Is that why we don't show him?
I think the first thing I thought when I saw him was, wow, he's so cool. Because he's like a rock star.
Yeah. Someone's asking, are we planning on getting married? Not to each other, like individually.
I mean, at one point, but like, it's not my top priority in life.
Yeah, same, of course not.
I feel like I'm so unsettled right now.
Actually, what people don't know, I've never spoken about this, is that my sister, she has 2 kids and she has been in a relationship for 16 years and she's not married.
I just think I don't need a marriage to confirm my relationship. And if I get married, I want to get married just the way I imagine it. Yeah. And that is just not possible right now.
Were you proper friends before both moving to Paris, or more like acquaintances? I never expected, first of all, that I'm gonna like Ksenia this much as I do. Because I think I've always liked her as a, hi, bye, you're sweet. I always thought she's intelligent, very. Because that's a fact. You know, there's no going around that. But I didn't know if my personality would match hers, like if we would be friends, because I think what you see on social media is not even closely as good as what the real thing is.
But that's what's so nice about it.
You know, it's...
Because we don't need to like show or prove our friendship, you know? It's not like, oh, because like in the past when I was friends with another influencer, it was always like, oh, we have to show a photo together, and if you don't post together, then oh my
it's
god,
not real.
do you have a fight because you're not tagging each other?
What I think about you as a person is that online you appear smart and nice and kind, But what you are as a friend...
But in reality, you are not.
No. What you are as a friend is so much more. Like, you
Yeah.
are so much nicer and more vulnerable and more real and understanding. Like, if I come to Xenia with, like, a kind of something that bothers me, she will really make me feel better. And it's not something that I could see that she would do when we were just acquaintances, you know? Your favorite quality about each other?
I think that, or like what I didn't expect before I got to know you better is that you're like really wise.
Old soul.
And I think on your, I mean, I'm not a big YouTube watcher yet, so I never really digged into anybody's videos, but I will start. So for my impression was from Instagram and your stories.
Yes.
And you come off as like super professional. I mean, like you always have the perfect face on. But when I got to know you, you are so wise and you have such like qualities that I didn't expect, because maybe you show it on your YouTube, but on Instagram stories, you just don't show that much, I feel like.
Yeah.
But that's probably because you're a YouTuber, so you're like, or you're just reserved, because
But
maybe
also,
you keep those good qualities to yourself and you don't want to give away too much. So when I have something, like whatever it is, I know I can text you and you will be there for me, which I think is so rare these days.
I think it's also a matter of if someone has a problem, I can kind of help fix it. I love fixing also other people's any kind of problems, from I don't have where to stay or I cannot find the right flight to like a serious existential problems.
But that's the thing, it's so like the stuff I text you about, it's so relevant, and I'm like, oh my god, she's
It's
so
super
bad.
relevant.
No, it's like really stupid things, and I'm like, oh my god, so
But-
unimportant, and you still take time for me, and I'm like, she's such a good person. Like I really appreciate that you like show me that you care about me, you know, because it's really rare,
Of
because
course.
it's genuine.
No, 100%. That like I take that as a granted, but like from my side, like you can, that's something that I can kind of take for granted. But for me, best quality of Ksenia is that she's straight to the point. There is no, she's not the girl that's gonna tell you like, oh my god, this is so nice, you're so this, you're so that, and then when you leave, she says something, you know? There is no, like, she's straight to the point. And also what I really admire is that you really see something like to the what's important about it, whereas me, when I see something, I look at like really around it and random, and I don't see the bigger picture. Sometimes I don't see the right thing as it is. Somehow I color it in my head, you know, but you really see the real thing as it is. You know, and sometimes when we comment it, you're not afraid to express your opinion. You know, you really say what you think, and you really say like, actually I disagree. And I think that's a real confidence.
I also think it's so important for trust. Like for me, if I look at the people I love the most, and I actually talked this to somebody, we visited friends in Germany, and I said the people that I love the most in my life are the ones that can tell me to my face, this is so stupid what you did. Like, remember what you did with the camera. I can tell you're so inexperienced. But I need people who are that honest to me, because it shows me that you're not bullshitting.
But also I want you to be good at this. I don't want you to be like, to tell you like, no.
Yeah, but that's honestly, like from my experience in the industry, that's how people are.
Like fake advice, right?
Yeah.
No, you look great in this outfit.
Somebody says one thing, I'm like, should I do the other thing? Because,
that's the worst.
But honestly, I don't trust anybody. It's really hard to earn my trust.
Because this is the industry where people would be like, hey, like, I think you should do this. Like
cut your hair short, it looks so much better. And I'm like, wait.
That's
subjective. I mean, that's just like a random example.
Yeah, but that's subjective. So that I can understand that someone's gonna be like, but you know, like when people give you advice, like, don't speak to that brand, like, you know, and it's because they want it for themselves, something like that, like
100%.
You know? When people also lie so much about like the jobs and things like that, it's really, really difficult to trust people, because sometimes they would want to just mislead you.
And also, like, the friends that I have in the industry are the ones that are like that, like they can tell me ugly things. I don't have a single friend, like not one, who agrees to everything I say. I think you should be so suspicious if somebody agrees to everything you say.
Of course. But also, I have to say that one thing that I love about us is that we laugh about ourselves, how we were at the back in the day, like how we looked.
No, but that's my favorite thing about us, because I always make fun of myself, but that I have the freedom to make jokes about you as well.
Of course.
I mean, about us.
Yeah.
It's just the best, because I know we will not be offended. We just laugh about it, and I also think lovingly mocking each other really.
It's also a sign of trust.
100%. It's like a part of. It's an intimate relationship, because you would never do it with somebody you're not close to, you know? So that's something, and I actually read it in a book that I'm currently reading.
Which is what?
It's called Joy, and it's by the Dalai Lama.
Ah, but let us know what you would like to see more, because we'll have a lot of time in Paris and around the holidays.
Oh yes, I want to do a Q&A on my channel.
Yeah, you know, we can do more of this if you like it.
We should do like really brutal questions, like really honest, so we can prove that we're like really honest to each other.
I'm sure there is a tag that we can find questions for. Like, what is it that you don't like about each other?
That you don't spend time with me every day.
No, I'm gonna be honest, wait. Sometimes you would like worry about something that is so not worry.
I know.
Like
I have like paranoia.
Yeah, like a paranoia about like something that is not good enough or that is not perfect.
Yeah.
You're a perfectionist, but to the point where like, you know, you make this top and it has to be so perfect that you would rather spend like 5 years making one top than actually like trying it.
Are you talking about my YouTube?
Also, so she did this campaign for her brand attire, and then she was like, no, but I'm not even happy with it. I don't even think I'm gonna publish it. And I was like, well, like, you were planning this freaking thing for like millions of days, like every single day. That was what it was about. And then she was like, no, I don't even like it. And then I looked at it, and I mean, it was perfectly fine.
I think that I can explain.
And then I feel like, oh my god, I'm like so like low on the scale of like everything, because I wouldn't even care, you know. I would be like, for me, this is great.
No, but this I can explain. It's because, I mean, one thing I have is paranoia. Like the other day when Rue was dreaming and she was like shaking, I thought she would die, and I screamed and
similar to your hypochondriacism. Yeah.
Like, that's why I say I always text you when my finger is like
but
shorter than the other one. I'm like, oh my god, Tamara, I think I'm ill. That's one thing. Okay. But with the work that I do, especially with my brand, I'm so far in the future. So when I do a campaign, I learn so much during that campaign that after I finish it,
it's already irrelevant.
It's in the past, and I know exactly what I should have done differently.
Yeah.
That's why I look at it and I'm like, fuck. And you just learn by doing. Yeah. So there will never be the perfect campaign, but I'm already in the future. And I have it with like a lot of things. Sometimes I'm too far in the future, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
But you still have told me one thing you don't like about me. There must be something.
Okay, I will tell you. I have something.
Come on. I'm a big girl. I can take it. Where are the tissues?
I think that you're like so great at what you are and how you are. And in the beginning, I didn't trust you. Like, I was like, she's playing this. That can't be her personality, it's okay, but it's actually, that's actually you. And I think your weakness is that you have a hard time showing like weaknesses or being vulnerable, even though like when you show little bits of vulnerability, I'm like, oh my god, this is so powerful. And like you're like always strong, you're always
100%
like,
true.
And I'm like, you don't need to be always strong.
I struggle so much with showing weakness, and because one thing that is for me the worst case scenario is someone pitying me, you know, like feeling sorry for me.
Really?
That's for me the worst.
Like, and when I hit my foot, I'm like, you again, feel sorry for me.
Honestly, I like, sometimes it happens to me at shoots or at like jobs that something falls on me and really hurts me, and I would like not say, like I would be in so much pain, but I would be like, you know, not saying anything just because I'm like, I would hate to cause like a scene or to have people pity me or to like.
Do you ever feel self-pity?
Of course, we all do.
I'm the worst.
Hate it. Because every time we cry, and I cried, you know. I mean, not that often, but I cried. Every time we cry for two reasons: because we're scared or because of self-pity.
Really?
Yeah, that's apparently what like smart people say. And so when I'm crying, I'm always asking, is this self-pity? Because if it is, I don't accept this.
Yeah.
But Xenia introduced me to something long ago, even before we became close friends. She messaged me and she said, Tamara, you need to show more your vulnerability. I don't know if you remember this. Yep, it happened. And she said to
I
me,
actually recommended Brené Brown.
exactly. And I watched and I like got into Brené Brown and I got my whole family into it. My sister watched it and I thought it was really brilliant.
But I think what's even better for you is Untamed. I
Untamed?
think you should really read it.
And I need to also understand like self-worth, you know, because yesterday I was talking about it. There are like people that are really know their value, and sometimes I feel like I need to step again.
Yeah, remember our conversation at Vuitton?
Yes, always reference this to myself.
This is also to me. I was like, because I feel so often I feel insecure, but deep down, I'm very secure about
your worth.
My worth and who I am, like deep down, even though there's like the superficial feeling of insecurity. And with you, it's almost a little bit
for me,
the
it's
other
completely
way
different. So for me, I'm never insecure like to speak public, like to change. If I need to change in the corner, I would not be shy about it. If I'm never like, you know, now my hair looks terrible, but I'm filming this video and I don't care, you know, like I'm like, I mean, it's really, you know, if my nail is chipped, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god.
But we don't talk about superficial.
Exactly, but deep down, somehow I question my worth.
Yeah. And I think, you know what, actually the moment I saw like your true colors was with your boyfriend.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because then you had like some, like few seconds, tiny seconds where you were vulnerable. And I was like, no.
Well, I think this was quite fun actually.
Yeah, we will continue.
So now if you check the Ksenia's YouTube and there's nothing on there, let me know and I will
when are you publishing?
And I will cause drama. Just arrived home, I was telling my boyfriend's story about how I got this today and how my mom always used to buy it around Christmas time and I would always think like, why do we need this flower? And how I bought it. I don't know if I told you. It's already kind of late. It's just before midnight. I'm exhausted. I don't know why, but I am. And I'm basically gonna go have shower, remove the makeup and sleep. So I will see you tomorrow. Only a few more days left of Vlogmas, so please do let me know what is it that you would like to see because that would be very helpful. Love you lots and I'll see you soon.